The Brood are out. Gangrel saves Austin.
I saw that.
Yeah.
When he started beating up Triple H, I thought that's the highlight of your career.
That was great, yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the only wrestling podcast that exclusively rebooks, reviews and reimagines the worst of wrestling's past. We are Better Call Creative, and as ever I am joined to my left by some of Jerry Lawler's UK references. It's Jack Chance.
Hello.
And to my right it is Carty Mouth Tiger Ellie Singh. It's the UK show, Sam Chance.
Why'd you have to make me Tiger?
Well, it was Dino Bravo and on WrestleMania 4, so is that a...
Do you hate me?
We'll have to answer that question at the end of the podcast. But I am your host.
Bastard.
No, that's not my name. It's Ben Chance, and we are going to jolly old England in the middle of the Attitude Era for our 98th.
What do you mean going? We're here anyway.
Well, that's a good point, I suppose. We aren't going.
We're staying in jolly old England.
Yes, we will stay there.
Jolly at the minute.
Have you enjoyed traversing Attitude Era for episode 98 and 99? Oddly, with the same name.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
But maybe not in a good way for some parts, but yes. There's
And maybe
a lot going on at this time.
Maybe not so much this bit. Sam?
You know what? I actually surprisingly really enjoyed this.
Did you? That is surprising for you, I must admit.
There is probably a reason why. There is probably a reason why, but I will explain it.
Yeah.
That may have something to do with it, but there is an extra reason why.
Well, we'll find out why later on, but we are going back to May 16th, 1999. Want to have a guess? It's the most 90s boy band you could ever think of topping
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys? But with
Larger than life.
I want it that way. I want it that way.
eBay.
Yeah, I wanted eBay. Yeah.
How did Bad You get up?
Well, we'll get to that. Living La Vida Loca topped the US chart.
What about the Aussies?
Here we go. So Canada went with Sixpence None the Richer with
Kiss Me.
Kiss Me. Kiss Me. And No Scrubs. That was the Aussie choice.
Oh, they went with TLC.
TLC.
They knew what was coming.
The current Oscar holder for Best Male Actor.
Jim Carrey.
No, he didn't win it this year. It was the guy from The Mummy. Brendan Fraser.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he won it for The Whale.
The Whale Man.
Yeah, The Whale.
The Fat Man.
He won it for the Mummy.
No, it is now. The Mummy was out at that point.
He won it
on
for
that
the
weekend. No, he didn't.
There.
But he is now. He didn't win it for The Mummy.
I thought you meant he won Best Actor at that time.
No.
I was going to say.
Ready to rumble, come on.
There was a real run of
what
weird films come out. I was going to list them all the back to back to back to back. There was just the oddest.
Strange time.
Yeah. Roller Coaster Tycoon was released a few days
I thought you were on about Roller Coaster by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No.
The Beavis and Butthead.
That would have been top in the Aussie chart.
More than likely.
And the pinnacle of awards happened. It was the very first ever on this night Soap Awards. Best Actor.
Steve McFadden.
Ross Kemp.
Ross Kemp won it.
Wow. Yeah.
Grant.
And he got out of there.
Even the best Mitchell.
Billy, isn't it?
God's sake. Billy, he stole the post.
Why? That's a podcast, isn't it? That's a podcast. Why did Billy steal the post? It's a somber day for me and Jack as we've just watched West Bromwich Albion lose to Sunderland. That is somewhat dating.
Did you lose to Sunderland on this?
We lost to Sunderland on this date. But on this date in 1999, we rounded out our campaign with a 3-1 loss to Tranmere.
We finished 12th.
We did finish 12th.
Top half.
Yeah, I have to warn you though, there's stormy times ahead for next season. We did have the top goal scorer though in the league.
Lee Hughes.
Lee Hughes.
Yeah, I've looked at that. Lee Hughes.
Goals.
31 goals.
He was top scorer.
No one else scored.
Yeah,
And then he murdered someone.
That's a podcast. We did actually finish in the top 6 in terms of goals scored.
31.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, we're supposed to finish in the top 6 of goals conceded.
Wait till Gary Mixon comes, he'll say.
Yeah, we did have Jason.
Did Liverpool lose to Derby?
They played Wimbledon.
Did we lose?
You won 3-0.
Oh, we won. Fuck me.
It was a monumental day. Obviously,
So we finished 7th?
Manchester United won the first trophy of their treble.
Was it?
Yeah, and because it was the league, and then they'd won the FA Cup the week after,
yes.
and then the week after.
They beat so they beat Tottenham to win the league.
Yeah, and
Bastards.
it was Steve McManaman's last ever Liverpool game before he joined the corporate ministry. He joined Real Madrid.
It's how did he get to Real Madrid?
So,
Seriously?
He's a good player.
It's like Woodgate.
I thought he was going to be revealed as the higher power, to be honest. But there you go.
We're all fucked if he's the higher power.
But we are heading, and it's surprising. We had JR and King. That's the pinnacle. Normally they just cart out any old rubbish, don't it?
Do you want to do the?
Oh yeah. So I think before we get to it, Sam, I think you've checked out what was left in the US to run a house show, and I'm excited because I don't actually know what this is.
Now I'm going by from the book that I've got.
Yeah.
I'm going in top to bottom.
So you think this is the order?
I think this is the order, but I can see the day before that it clearly isn't that order. But we will go with this because it's funny. So we have from Richmond, Virginia, at the Richmond Coliseum.
Ooh.
Sellout of 10,712.
Which is probably more than there's in the Manchester Arena, but
18,407 at the Manchester Arena.
Ah, okay.
Because it is here. I have everything.
Yeah, that's facts.
So, first match, it is Matt and Jeff Hardy versus Brian Christopher and Scott Taylor.
Had they debuted Matt and Jeff at this point?
I think they were sort of like jobbers, but they were starting to get
jobbers for the
got
start.
pushed. They beat them. Next match, Kurt Angle defeated Terry Taylor.
Oh, he hadn't debuted, had he?
He hadn't debuted on telly. I know he was
beat up Tiger, did he? On a heat.
Yeah, he did. And he fought Alwyn in like a dark match, so I think there's a lot of footage of it. Next match, Test defeated Albert.
Oh!
TNA explode before TNA. The tits beat the arse. Anyway. Next match, in a slam match.
Slam match.
Slam match, The Big Show defeated Mark Henry.
Oh, what a slam match.
Yes, and I doubt we will ever see that match again. But anyway, in the next match, which quite sad when you think about it, Road Dogg defeated Owen Hart.
Okay, yeah, it was his last. But that probably his last match because I think
it was like a week after.
Well, I think
the ad was a week later.
Yeah, but I think they'd already taped Raw because
there are any results between this and the week after.
Yeah, so officially that was probably.
I did look later as well. That's a bit sad, losing to Road Dogg. But anyway. Next match, mixed tag match. Val Venus and Jackie defeated D'Lo and Ivory.
Oh, very good.
The next match, which probably is the main event, The Rock defeated Big Boss Man.
Why did they leave Rock back?
And that's what I
thought. A star, right?
Well, to be honest, I thought Big Boss Man.
10,000 people watch this.
Yeah. And there's 3 more matches. Okay, the next match, and he does mention the champs, so I'm assuming these are title matches. Hardcore champion Al Snow defeated Hardcore Ollie.
Yeah.
So you're going to have, hardcore match. IC title, Godfather defeated Goldust. And in the main event, please say this is the main event. Ken Shamrock defeated 8 Ball. But the week before, Ken Shamrock with Test defeated Skull with 8 Ball. Or the day before. So that was the house show on the main event. Hopefully that's the house show. But I've got a feeling Rock probably finished the show with the boss man. Yeah.
Well, our show is going to start with a recap of Shane, who has formed the corporate ministry. I think we might have referenced or watched this promo before.
It was on the SmackDown, not the first SmackDown, but it was the pilot, was it?
Oh, where they formed, yeah.
Yeah, right. Where they formed, because Jim Cornette's on commentary, and he saw it filmed during Raw or after Raw or something like that.
It is a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yes, so they formed the corporate ministry, and tonight he's made his mission to take out, did he say 4 individuals? Is it...
he says 4, but
the Brood. The Brood is a collective. Yeah. Kane, X-Pac. He never actually references Mick Foley, but for some reason he has dragged in.
He ain't fighting the corporate ministry.
What's Billy Gunn at this point?
What is Billy Gunn at this point? Is a really good question.
I'm confused with his match, and we'll get to that.
You can tell that we're in the Attitude Era because the crowd is ram full of signs.
Oh, yes.
One of which says Stone Cold is sex on legs. and one of them that says Runcorn Boys 316. What a crew.
Runcorn.
What a crew.
Was that, what is it, 2 pints of lager? Was it? Runcorn.
It's a very awkward merger, and you can find out our thoughts on the corporate ministry on our Higher Power podcast. He goes very heavy on the tagline, which is No Mercy. No Mercy.
Yes.
No Mercy.
Oh, God. Did you think it's No Mercy?
Yeah. Did you enjoy Paul Bearer giving Mideon a sexy massage? I enjoyed that. That was the best bit. Shane has targeted the Brood with the Acolytes and Viscera facing them. Kane will have a match against Mideon. Good luck, Mideon. He's also decided to bring the European title out of retirement to face X-Pac. Why? You don't have to do that.
It's in Europe.
No, right.
It's in Europe, and it ends up being that Mideon becomes European champ by finding it in Shane McMahon's bed.
Yeah, great, isn't it? It's better than finding it in a bin, Duggan. Shane struggles to say no holds barred when making the rule for the main event.
And that stipulation is for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. It will now be governed under no hold barred rules.
I can't help but feel like, I know it's you've left half your roster back in the US, but it's filler at best.
Hang on.
All he tells you is the matches that are coming. There's nothing developed from it.
Yeah.
It's just like
triple threat in them already, though.
Yeah. I thought that when he said it. I thought this is a pointless announcement.
Yeah. It really did seem pointless.
Yeah. Because no DQ, no count out.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a triple threat.
We've started him off hot. We've started him off hot. Here's the man gifted to the UK by the WWF. It's Tiger Ali Singh.
Oh God!
And fucking hell, he milks the fucking entrance. I mean, his music's playing for about 20 seconds before he comes out.
Good theme, man.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if WWF will ever reuse that theme again. Yeah, there's an obvious lack of understanding of what is going on in the UK from the old
Basically,
US.
Tiger Ali Singh is similar to the Hispanics in America, I would say.
Well, they're trying to push that's the case. I don't necessarily think it is the case. But anyway, JR and King shit on Goldberg as Tiger cuts a old school heel promo. He shits on the crowd for them being racists. They all love racism. They go, yeah, we are! Fucking bastard!
This is in Manchester?
Yeah, well, we'll leave that one with that.
Never mind.
The only saving grace of England is that he has loads of Indian and Asian friends and family around. And the crowd all boo that. Like, fuck off! We hate that!
Brexit!
I just put, get Gilbert out for fuck's sake. Fair play to Dwayne Gill, though. Jesus Christ. His mannerisms, I mean, it's just fucking gold, isn't he? He's just so funny.
Watching this, I think what he should have done, he should have headbutted the door and then fell over.
Like
as if he knocked himself out.
15 minutes in on the marker, by the way. This was 15 minutes.
It's only 2 hours, isn't it?
They haven't got in the ring yet. When they do get in the ring, Gilbert lays into Tiger in the corner, runs into a military press slam, but he recovers to slam Tiger Ali Singh. He sets up the spear, and Tiger fucking sells it. He wants a jackhammer, sort of sells to the crowd. Oh, that fucking sell on the kick to the thigh. He just got kicked to the thigh and he sort of moved his head.
He knew the neck breaker was coming. So he just set up for it.
And he takes the neck breaker, and well, that's it. Tiger Ali Singh beats Gilbert.
That was a fucking awful finish. When I saw him kick him and he didn't do anything like 10 minutes. And even there when he kicked him again, and I just went, this is fucking terrible. I wanted Gilbert to win.
Well, I like the bits with Gilbert.
Yeah.
He liked his entrance.
Same here.
I ain't sure. I do get it. It's a bit of ha-ha. But they're putting over Tiger and then not following it up. Feels a bit like what they did with Mansour for such a long time with the Saudis, in that I get that you want to push someone, and I even get that you feel for some reason Tiger Ali Singh has some link with the UK.
Big in the UK.
Yeah,
but he even said when we watched him at One Night Only Live, he said he's a true and proud Asian Canadian.
Yeah, it's just strange.
Are we all the same, Vince?
Well, he was never on TV. That's the thing. It's like he's here for us, but then when you watch the product every week, you never see him.
Well, I feel they didn't read the room, because to me,
no.
Just let Gilbert win.
Well, it's the first match as well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No one's going to see it apart from us.
He's a champ.
Exactly.
It's about me.
I just think, I'm not going to fucking hold WWF accountable for this questionable booking, but to me, Gilbert just wins the match.
I'm holding him accountable for fucking giving us Tiger Ali Singh every single time. Piss off.
Anyone got anything of note to add?
Just the sell on the kick. It was awful. Apart from that,
it was terrible. He's got a terrible
Shouldn't start the show, let's put it that way.
No, it should be middle of the card, that should.
You've already got
like a breather between like a couple of the corporate ministries.
Totally agree. Stone Cold's arrived anyway. We get another package of what the ministry. Yeah, we've got another package of what the ministry did to the Brood and why we're here. We don't get the cool fire entrance for the Brood, but the Brood's music, fucking amazing in it. Really, so cool. So we go pretty much straight into our next match, which is the Acolytes and Viscera versus the Brood. Two of these are Hall of Famers, and I would imagine very soon there'll be another two out of this match that are. Is JBL a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, JBL, Farouk, and Edge.
Oh, I didn't realise JBL went in. When did JBL go in?
He was in the 2020, 2021. The
COVID one. Where they just.
He was the. He was announced, whereas Batista just went,
so you got three in there, Christian probably, and then you got Viscera and Gangrel. When do you think we're going to get...
The two that JBL brought in to attack Taker.
Oh yeah, good point. So Vis and Gangrel, the two brought in by JBL to attack Taker, start us off.
Beanbag and frilly shoe.
Yeah, Vis is staggered and then slams Gangrel. Miss on the charge though, stupid tease for a suplex, because that ain't happening. Viscera gives Gangrel one, but misses a leg drop.
Hey?
Well, he gives him a...
Give me one.
He gives him a... gives him a suplex and misses a leg drop. Gangrel hits some quite unique offense with drop kicks and elbows. Edge is over as he gets tagged in and he elbows down Vis. Bradshaw is in, and did somebody say stiff clubbing bastard, bullying bastard shots? Jesus Christ.
Backstreet Boys boy.
He just clubbers the fuck out of Edge and then Christian, but he is drop kicked. Farouk and Christian now are in, but after little joy, Christian hits a spinning heel kick. Edge eats Farouk's spinebuster, and Edge is sent into the ring post as we get some chants on the outside. Go on! Love the UK.
We don't have the air horns yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But they are on their way.
Oh, they are.
Viscera hits a big old elbow for a 2 as a small "you fat bastard" chants. You're not committed. Christian gets the hot tag and hits drop kicks, but he's caught and launched in a fall-away slam by Bradshaw. Farouk missteps on a charge into the guardrail. It is the smallest guardrail I've ever seen. I think they sort of
elevate the ring.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's all right but Foley understands it better than Farouk did.
Farouk didn't understand.
Yeah, but it did just like a bit of a distinction.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. It does give you a different feel. Bradshaw bullies Christian inside with a bear hug. The crowd build for the break when Bradshaw kicks him down, and we get a 2.9 chant. This is where Lawler tells us... Well, yeah, it's nearly a 3. Lawler tells us that the Manchester United showed no mercy to the Spurs today. Same as the Newcastle United, who are not showing much...
At time of recording.
Yeah, at time of recording and showing no mercy to the Spurs today. Yes, Manchester United won the league on this date. Viscera drops on a crucifix-style pin attempt. The crowd have stayed with Christian, though, who face plants Farouk. They want the hot tag, but Bradshaw blocks it again. Again, Bradshaw feeds the hot tag with a scoop slam. Edge breaks the pinfall. Christian's in the wrong corner, but we get a 2 on a cradle. Out comes Shane McMahon and Mideon. What the fuck?
They just want to stay on the...
Mideon always looks like he's lost.
Create this supergroup and my minion is Mideon.
Edge gets...
He should have had Taker on the phone.
Well, I think it would have been better if it was Taker. Now Taker doesn't feel important at all in this group, and even less so when they reveal who the higher power is. And he's about to be champ. Edge gets fed up and drags down Bradshaw, which allows a tornado DDT out the corner. Gangrel hits a reverse elbow after a hot tag, and this time Edge drop kicks Gangrel onto Bradshaw to stop the fall-away slam. There's chaos everywhere now, fights all around. Christian gets a 2 on a frog splash, double DDT out the corner, which we miss, and that is they have obviously left some of the production team back in America because some of the things they miss.
We've got to get that Shamrock 8-ball match.
But don't worry anyway, because the killer move from Mideon is hit on the outside, a DDT on Gangrel.
That we don't see.
Which we don't see. We then miss the clothesline from Hell inside, and the Ministry go 1-0 up, and the Acolytes and Viscera beat the Brood.
1-0 to the Ministry.
And there's 4 left.
Yeah.
No, 3.
Yeah.
3.
So, Jack, thoughts on this 6-man?
I thought it wasn't bad for the most part, and then it just went on a bit too long for me. It just sort of had an extra 5 minutes that they need, and then the finish really hampers the rest of what I've just watched, because I thought they told a decent story, and then they have to win because of Mideon. It is the Acolytes and Viscera.
Viscera could splash someone and win.
Pin the Brood.
Get that
and still keep the Brood strong.
Yeah, at this point,
because
definitely.
they are just big bastards anyway. But I think it takes away from the Acolytes and Viscera that Mideon had to help them. But I think what they did for the first 10 minutes of the match, I thought was quite good. I thought they told a good story. Edge was over, Christian was getting over, Gangrel played his part, so I thought they did quite well. I enjoyed it.
Sam?
Well, I think I wrote my notes before the finish because I put not typical Attitude Era match, and then I think Mideon interfered. So yeah, that was unnecessary. It was a decent match throughout. It was a bit long though.
Yeah, it was. It was stodgy. I thought.
Yeah, it was like you could go away and then come back and go, it's still going on.
Yeah,
but it was all right. To be honest, for what it was.
The one thing I thought Farouk looked really good in the match. Like, he looked in good shape, he was fluid. And when you watch Ron Simmons before he just sort of broke down near the end, you can tell that out of all of these, he's the most polished worker. Like, he's so good, and the scoop slam and the spine buster that he does. But Edge and Christian, Gangrel is a placeholder for Edge and Christian at this point. And he's done his job well. But let's face it,
he's been doing it for a while. And
the one that is over in this match is Edge.
Yeah,
the star of this match is like. We get a short Shane promo, basically saying this is the first step. Load of crap. Anyway, here's the Lethal Weapon.
Did you know we have Steve Blackman?
He's already debuted and been around at this point.
He's been around since the end of '97.
Yeah, I just think
he has his later theme for his promo and then his earlier theme for his entrance.
It's just strange.
I did like his earlier theme.
I like Steve Blackman, and he's definitely got a place. And I do always think the straight-laced sort of killer babyface that has a place in wrestling. But Droz's hat, like,
I'm big furry hat.
You ain't beating that.
it's like Steve Blackman or Droz's hat. I mean, I'm picking Droz's hat all day long. He's got such a cool look. I mean,
he can throw up on command, apparently.
You know, I like Droz in many ways.
I think everybody likes
And
Droz,
then the bell rings.
He ain't too bad.
We've seen worse.
He's
We've
good for what he is. He's sort of like mid-lower card, you know.
Maybe the foil needs changing.
Somebody who who you can beat.
We've got no Prince Albert because he's losing to Test back in the in Virginia. But we do get the old school corner posy boo yes face. I mean, I love that. Look, we get a couple of shots from Steve Blackman. Droz right hands Blackman down. There's a big spinning elbow for a 2. The crowd do now start to entertain themselves with the air horns. This is where they start. Droz misses
Blackman got a chant. I was surprised at that.
Which is weird. Droz misses a big clothesline, and Blackman drop kicks him down. Droz is not happy with the crowd as he waits for a baseball slide to the back. He just starts having a go at someone in the crowd. Blackman
Probably
hits
that bloke who's dressed like the Rock. He did my head.
Blackman hit with a side slam, but he's caught with the Luthez into an atomic drop. There's a miss on a corner splash. Blackman goes to Brett Rope, misses an elbow. Droz hits scoop slam as the comms do their best to ignore this match. There's a rear naked chokehold spot, and Droz builds the heat by feeding the comeback. Droz hits a lazy elbow drop from the apron. He sort of just drops on him, makes no attempt to really throw an elbow. Blackman lifts a leg on... he lifts his leg like a dog having a piss. But he kicks Droz. He tries to get the crowd to care for his shit, but I don't know whether they've got over that his finisher is the armbar, because he locks in the armbar, wins, and then it's like...
What was the triangle choke thing?
Yeah, I don't know, is that his...
That was his finish.
It was his finish.
Was it?
I didn't know whether the crowd just
He'd
didn't
been doing
recognise...
the pump kick, but the triangle choke was his main finish for a while. Because he wins with it on heating.
I think because he's a striker, it's better to have a striking move than a...
Not a midfield.
Yeah, he's a striker, but yeah, Charles taps, pointless filler. You know, it was okay, but it was very filler.
Weird, when they've just gone on about Ministry beat everyone, and then Blackman draws it.
Yeah, it's like, why didn't Shane come out, cost Blackman a good? That's number 2.
I liked it.
You like the match?
I liked it. It was a decent, I had low expectations. That, and I watched this after I just broke up for a week. So that might have done something to it. But I did quite like it. You expect his attitude in a mid-card match. You expect it to, be a lot of gaga, a load of shite. But this was actually a decent match, personally. I don't mind Droz. I don't mind Blackman.
They are very NWA. That's all I will say. They do feel like they might pop up. Well, Droz won't. Jack.
Yeah, I don't like it. I thought it was
I'm not
clunky. Didn't really gel together well. Didn't really understand why this was happening, and I don't really think it helped Blackman.
I just don't think you need to make this as
I don't think it needs to happen.
It don't need to be a competitive match either, does it? It could have been
basically, it's like you've got a house show that you're going to film,
and I think that's the point.
It's sort of like I guarantee if we went to see this live, it probably would have been after this match. Go and have a piss now.
Well, here comes this was to test the pay-per-view market, because it was the first one on Sky Box Office.
Was it?
Yeah.
I hope they didn't ask a question during that match. Like, would you now buy this?
Would you now pay? Because I mean,
when's the dad to sport?
Yeah, with 3 matches in, and I can tell you, I wouldn't. JR tells us this is no mercy. I love that. He goes, "This is no mercy." Beaver cleavage.
Oh God! And they had to tell us. Oh, for your fans in the UK.
You got to explain, put the promo on our pay-per-view, and then after explain what it is.
Put it up like a Raw or something. Because we don't get that over here.
Yeah.
If it was EastEnders or something, we'd probably know it.
Just this madness. Thank God for Mick Foley, though. He does get a pop, and he's probably the first sort of big babyface sort of star we've had. He reminds us that he has one ear before saying hello to the crowd. Football talk. We get a few boos as the Yanks don't quite get the nuance of football in the UK when he goes on about the...
Does Manchester have a team? It got two.
Got two, mate.
Greater Manchester has probably about 5.
It does give the British Bulldogs some love, so it makes you think that at the very least negotiations were happening.
Is this the part that I said that we all would have said the same thing?
Which is...
Where's my title shot?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I put. Mick Foley wants to know why the Bulldog doesn't have a title shot.
No, he goes, he rang up the Bulldog and goes, do you know what he said to me?
Exactly that. Yeah. And, some of the stuff here, you've got... Yeah, Mick Foley makes a joke about New England, which does go over the head. He makes a joke about Bulldog being woken up by Mick Foley, and then he says that he's been told he can't say the word.
I know I've been told in the back I'm not supposed to say wanker.
Wanker. And it's the weirdest joke.
So weird.
That was funny. I did actually say, wanker. I wanted it.
He tells us he's going to change Billy Gunn's appearance tonight, and he suggests that he does have a literal badass.
Well,
thanks, Mick.
And then he goes, do you know what Bulldog said to me? That was when I went, my title shot. Instead of, I want to get a sleep or something like that. I thought that would have been better.
That would have been better where I've put it in mind.
I thought that was bad.
It was bad.
I thought that was
filler.
He tried to.
I mean, Mick Foley is comedic in many ways.
He
but it's just evident they don't quite get things, do they, in terms of the UK. I think they treat us like we... middle
like
America.
we're thick.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you where you get... The problem is, immediately after this, they prove that we are. Because they go to the UK crowd, which...
God, I remember
Jesus, it's got a wide selection of people with a wide selection of different
Did you see
accents.
the one? And I actually said, I wonder why you've been asked. The one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what she was saying.
Yes, that's what I said.
Breasts.
Yeah.
I thought Lawler was going to comment, but he didn't.
No.
So I was
Well,
disappointed in Lawler, to be fair.
As soon as I said it, I went, you've been asked because you've got tits. That was my thing.
That's a very low opinion, sir.
Yeah, it's... I mean,
So was her tits, but
it wasn't
one of them.
one of the things that was a change of pace, though, was most of these fans were positive about the reappearance of one Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a silly moustache or anything. Kane, though, very over. He does get a massive
it's got
pop.
a massive pop.
This is probably the first time the UK... Would it have been? No, he probably was at Miami, Manchester, wasn't he?
Probably, yeah, because I think he thought when Taker lost his...
Well, had he debuted...
Lost his luggage and he had to have like a big baggy shirt.
Had he debuted when we went?
No,
Brilliant, yeah.
No, we hadn't debuted yet. No.
Brett was...
This was a proper live show. So.
JR and King fill us in about what's been going on with X-Pac and Kane. Mideon is dragged down and beaten up in the corner immediately. Kane hits a scoop slam and a huge leg drop. He's been dominant but does miss a shoulder charge in the corner. Mideon zones in on the arm now of Kane. It's a reverse. Kane sort of reverses an armbar into a short arm clothesline. Misses an elbow, which does allow the jawbreaker for Mideon. Is that a Mideon move for the jawbreaker?
The jawbreaker.
Because watching two Mideon matches back to back, that's the only thing I could...
It's a move. It's a move Mideon did.
Yeah. Mideon lays in a few right hands, which are now sold. Kane throat chops Mideon down, goes up high, hits his jumping clothesline. Kane grabs Mideon and hits the weakest chokeslam you've ever seen. The match is completely thrown out, though, as the Ministry are in. They lay out Kane. Viscera hits two splashes. X-Pac comes out with a stick.
Everyone bails because everyone's afraid of X-Pac because he's got a stick.
He's got a stick.
He's fucking 20 at you.
It's Moses, like with a nail in a board.
Nail in a board.
The ministry head to the back. Kane is down and hurt, and Shane warns that X-Pac is next.
Stick though.
Hard foot. It was meaty. It did what it needed to, but I probably would have just given Kane the win and then done the thing after it.
Yeah, I don't think you need to keep Mideon strong.
Yeah, Jesus, could only die anyway.
It was. The match is what it is. I don't expect them to do anything brilliant, but they don't do anything bad. But I don't understand why Kane doesn't win.
I mean, he probably could have just come down into chokeslam.
I don't know.
That would have done something.
I don't know how long Mideon had been a thing, and whether they thought Mideon could be a hire because he does fight Vince.
Yes, of course they are. On the thing, that's it.
Yes, his year. The year of Mideon.
And he's the one on the phone where Vince goes to God kill him, don't we?
Exactly.
I feel like if we're still doing this thing in 2029, we should do a whole year of Mideon. Anyway,
we got our birthday coming up in the year.
Yeah,
we may be.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Mideon.
No, we ain't. But
we get a recap. Oh God, I mean, all I will say is we go on a nice little trip with the women's title in the 2 pay-per-views that we're reviewing. And we learn very quickly how little they give a shit about the women's title. Because we get a recap of the new champion being Deborah, who won the title by losing an evening gown match.
We got women.
You know the worst of it?
Tits.
When you watch it back, Sable's not bothered. Don't give a shit. She's not bothered.
She wore long for this world.
Yeah.
And she just had a Playboy thing, I think.
Did she?
Which I was saying is really strange. I turned her heel when a Playboy spray come out, and he's sort of like, why would you turn somebody heel when you got something you can promote?
Well, didn't she quickly put in a sexual harassment thing?
Oh, yeah, that
yeah.
Listen to our next podcast, and that's probably what happened at that point.
It is Nicole Bass.
Yes. So, Sable didn't look too hard. Tori is out, followed by Sable, who is out with Nicole Bass.
The lovely Sable.
Yeah, well, JR and all that they take the piss out of Nicole Bass's appearance. That's basically all they do.
They call her a she-man?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's on the nose.
You couldn't get away with that now, could you?
Bloody hell. He's Lorna. Or JR, whichever one said it.
I think it was Lorna. I think JR says it, and then Lawler asks him to correct it. He goes, "Well, I called her a she-male." And that's a good thing.
Hold on, what's going on?
It is odd, isn't it? It's just a strange time. Anyway, Sable cuts her very whiny promo and asks, "Do you want to see the grind?"
It's the most
Jerry Lawler
sexy thing as well. When it does that
Jerry Lawler definitely wanted to say,
it's supposed to be this sex
just get this shite out of me.
It's supposed to be this sex symbol thing, and then it's just this weird grind.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, love.
Lawler nearly has a heart attack anyway. Sable tells us that she has developed a cold since arriving in Manchester. Not able to wrestle, don't worry. Nicole Bass is taking her place. And as I've just said, they should have done with Kane versus Mideon. Basically, Nicole Bass chokeslams Tori and then covers her, and that is it. Poor Tori is all I've put to that.
Well, they only do one move, and I don't know they don't do that well.
Yeah, it's like a really bad.
It's a bad chokeslam.
But she's not a wrestler, though, is she?
Well, that's the thing. Like, she's got a brilliant look. In terms of fucking hell, look at her. But they shouldn't wrestle, really, should they? Let's be honest. Because they've done one move, and all they've got to do is lift her arm up and down.
This is probably the right place for her as Sable's bodyguard, but I just don't need. But the
thing with Tori and all, like, especially like stalking Sable, or whatever they call it. They don't really do anything. They're just standing there. Like, hold on, the person you've been stalking's right there.
Yeah,
what is this?
That storyline sorted itself out.
That kind of dropped off when people got sick of Sable and
Sable turned heel and went, well, he caught stalker heel.
Yeah.
One of our notes here is saying it's too long.
It's a minute. That's so slow. You mean the whole?
Too long.
Yeah, maybe.
The whole thing is just like Sable. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Nicole Bass, unnecessary, and Tory. Sorry.
I don't think Tory's okay.
Tory's all right. That's why he's.
I think Tory's all right. I think they've all got a place. I just think it's not in this
Not here.
mess that they're in.
Not in the UK.
You go to America and bring us Ivory Jackie. That'd be better.
Yeah, true that. We get a recap of Triple H joining the corporation and screwing X-Pac at WrestleMania. Shane reminds us briefly of the tagline, and I've put Michael Cole flew all the way for that. He just goes, there's going to be no mercy. And then he walks off, and Michael Cole hasn't even asked anything.
Thanks, Michael.
Cheers, Michael. X-Pac versus Shane then. X-Pac clears out Shane before the pyro, so he gets to do the pyro. And then they repeat that exact spot again.
Oh,
yeah. Now, if I was in that crowd, there was only a few things so far I would have got out my seats for. But the moment Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe walked down, I'm fucking
that's one thing I didn't know. The pop for the Stooges.
Jeez. Just so over. They stop Shane leaving and give him a shot or two.
Oh, I thought it was Kane. When everybody started cheering, I thought he's going to pan and he is Kane. But then he was Patterson and Briscoe.
I'm so glad they got on that plane.
I wasn't disappointed.
No. X-Pac hits a few leg drops as China is out and she just beats up the Stooges. This is where Lawler is quite mean-spirited about the dragged-up fan that looks like China.
That's it.
What was that? What's that?
What was that? What was that? Taking a picture of China.
Yeah. China runs X-Pac headfirst into the post. X-Pac does make the count, but he's suplexed in. Brett rope elbow, but X-Pac kicks out, and he starts to kind of hulk up. There's an asshole chant at Shane, who sleepers down X-Pac. X-Pac back body drops Shane down, and we get a ref bump as Shane is set up in the corner. X-Pac turns into a belt shot by China, but he does pop the crowd when he kicks out at 2. Out to Triple H. Triple H is in a very weird gear tonight. He's got Shawn Michaels hot pants, but with his do-rag black thing. Yeah. It's just all very strange.
And a No Mercy.
And a No Mercy
shirt.
It's just like, I don't know what he's going for here.
I don't think he
I've just left Triple H. Left DX. I ain't got a fucking clue what I'm doing.
I've just turned heel. Now what?
Yeah. Shane misses the Bronco Buster and X-Pac hits the X Factor. China trips the referee. After a rally, China boots X-Pac in the balls on a Bronco Buster attempt. Triple H hits a pedigree and Shane retains the European title. Shane hits the Bronco Buster after the bell. Kane's theme plays. Out comes Kane. I can't remember. Did they just bail?
Yeah, I think they just went and he cut a promo saying that's now 2 down.
Oh, yeah, because he picked him up and did him the baby carry to the back too, because obviously he's little, so X-Pac has to play the baby. Definitely the best match of the card. I mean, it's not saying a lot, but it's by a mile the best match of the card. Jack, sorry.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of gaga, but that's what I expect. And I thought it was what this card desperately needed, which was a bit of star power, amazingly, in X-Pac, who was so over at this point.
And Shane.
And Shane's
quad.
And Pat.
Not Jerry.
Jerry, but it's more Patty, let's be honest. And I really enjoyed it.
Nearly as good as Shane's WrestleMania match.
Nearly. Not as good as the Stanky.
I can't imagine if he did that at this point.
I love that man.
It's basically
so good, isn't it? Here comes the money!
It's basically just a typical Attitude Era match. And honestly, it's a typical...
I think I know what your match of the night's going to be so far.
It's a typical British card, ain't it? This, we've got all the other stuff done. So here's your main 3 matches now.
Yeah.
And this is the first one. It's basically everybody's gone had a piss, and now is after your intermission. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It was alright. But I don't know, I was just very strange with it.
Well, King pokes the eye of a child, and
I saw that. I missed that because then I saw Joe. I go, will you concentrate?
Poked a kid in the eye.
Did he?
Yeah. And Cold finally earns that flight as he interviews Mankind backstage. Fucking hell. The corporate ministry. Mankind says.
Well, it's the ministry, not the corporate ministry.
Well, that's true, yeah. Mankind says, I don't think I'm targeting me. Then they're targeting. They're attacking. Why? I just love Taker picking up a school chair. A big school plastic chair and whacking the
it's a British chair.
I don't quite understand at this point why Mankind and Taker are still feuding. Taker's obviously experimented with this new fucking leg lock thing that he's doing as well.
It's not the old thing, MMA.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're just not. Anyway, not sure about it, but I am sure about I'm an ass man. When did Billy Gunn turn heel?
Because that's what I was thinking.
He was a base at Mania.
Well, when
because he was in the Triple Threat.
He was in the Triple Threat because Russo did the whole thing of they swapped Road Dogg and Billy Gunn with Billy Gunn going for the hardcore instead of Road Dogg and Road Dogg going for the icy. And with his promo, I don't know if he was still in DX or not.
Well, he cuts a very stilted promo at first.
So monotone.
He's found him.
He cannot be bothered. He's a good job. He's very, very good in the ring because he wouldn't have ever got anywhere because his promo skills are really bad.
Did he leave his name?
This is like I'm not bothered. Yeah. Mankind doesn't make his music initially, so Billy wants to be given the win. Mankind is out just before Teddy Long can raise his arm, but he doesn't look in bad shape. He's hobbling about. Billy meets Mankind on the outside and gets brawled down. The bell finally sounds as Mankind chokes down Billy, but he has his leg drop kicked away. Gunn works on the leg and the knee of Mankind. Lawler gives...
Yes.
Did you hear it?
Oh,
yeah. So... I can't believe this, but he calls Mankind the hunchback of Naughty Ash.
Look at that face. He looks like the hunchback of Naughty Ash. I beg your pardon. What a British.
There was a young fellow called Gandhi who shot in a pub for a shandy. He lifted his loincloth to wipe off the froth, and the barmaid said, "Blimey, that's handy."
It's the strangest reference to Ken Dodd I remember on a wrestling show.
What was that? What?
Naughty Ash! Even JR went, I can't get behind this fucking thing.
That's Liverpool, not Manchester. I'm sure a lot of the Scousers are fucking hate that.
I can't believe it though. It's just
so random.
Weird. It is so strange. Like it really is strange.
That is one of my only notes of this.
Yeah.
Even most of the people watching it probably didn't know who Ken Dodd was.
Well, that's what I mean, yeah.
Or what Naughty Ash was.
Mankind hits a clothesline on the outside and then uses an ice tray. Takes a big bump over the railings because he gets that. Well, with these railings, I can literally just dive over them. And he takes the bump. Billy is dropped back onto the ringside floor. Foley misses a leg drop and does more. And there's more leg work by Billy Gunn. Gunn's in control using the ring post on the knees of Mankind. There is a fan now that tries to pat Mr. Ass on the ass, and he sort of has a go at her. Mankind recovers, hits a suplex on the outside, but Billy football tackles the knee of Mankind away. Billy Gunn locks in a figure 4 leg lock. Mankind starts slapping himself to stop him from tapping. Lawler keeps the UK references up. Keeps referencing anything and everything he can.
Teddy Long.
Teddy Long catches Billy Gunn using the ropes for leverage and kicks away the hands. It's reversed. Mankind hits a series of right hands. It's a running knee his running knee corner bump. This is it. He's got a cob on now. That's what
he's got a cob on.
Oh no, he's got a cob on now.
You know what I mean? He's got a cob on.
Jesus.
Got a cob.
Mankind grabs the chair. It's blocked by Teddy Long, but Mankind has enough to hit a double arm DDT. Sacco is brought out. It's put down the throat of Billy Gunn, but he manages to drill Mankind's head into the chair in the ring. He hits a spike pile driver onto the chair for a 2. The bell rings to decide that's the end of that. That's a finish. But they just carry on, just basically for Billy Gunn to hit a Fairmaster on the chair again and get a 3.
Which is the strange thing, because the finish is exactly the same finish, other than the move.
I'm sure even the commentators go, I don't know if they thought that was the finish. It was the fucking finish.
Yeah. Jack, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't really know why I'm fighting. I think it was... Yeah, it was a bit shit for it, let's be honest. Why have they got to give Mankind the out of the injury before, and then the Ministry just don't get involved in the match? Why is Billy Gunn fighting it when...
Well, it feels like if they're trying to put over that Billy Gunn is your next sort of breakout star, just have him beat Mankind the way that happened. Yeah. I mean, other than the leg work, he could have built that into the match anyway. The finish gives Mankind an out anyway with the chair.
Yeah.
You just didn't need other than him having to get involved right at the end of the show.
Well, yeah, that's true. But even then, he could just do it.
He could come out, exactly.
It was just a bit... I don't get why they're fighting.
I don't think it helps Billy Gunn on his rise to mediocrity.
They seemed unnecessary.
He had a weird year there, man.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This bloke needs a fucking break. Like,
I think even on his podcast he does that, because I do listen to Fowler's podcast, and he's one of the better ones. Even he said at this point he was virtually done.
Yeah.
Because he'd been Cactus, Mankind, he'd done everything.
So quick.
And at this point, I mean, he wins a tag belt later on in the year.
Well,
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, this match, it was a house show match, but it's an unnecessary one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because I always thought, why couldn't you leave Mankind in America and have this be Road Dogg v Billy Gunn? Because clearly that's what you've just done. Because that's why I got confused. Has he left DX? I'm pretty sure he has.
I think they fight each other at over the edge.
Yeah,
I think.
So it's like, why not do that here? And you could do like a shenanigan thing, and moving on.
Yeah.
You got X-Pac there as well. Why are he bothered?
He don't care.
Because they have a tag
carried to the back
later on.
Okay.
Well, they do have a tag match later on. I think it's X-Pac and Road Dogg v China and Billy Gunn.
Why did Billy always get China?
Yeah, I don't know. Triple H was the one that Triple H was the one that instigated the feud by saying, "Have you got your royalties for DX?" But he didn't bother being in the feud. It was basically, you lot carry on, I'll go for the belt.
It's strange.
What a weird time.
That's why I thought, where's Road Dogg?
Yeah.
In a way.
Well, he's fighting Owen Hart in America, obviously. JR gives a lot of love to the British Bulldog as we get the reference about
where's my title shot?
Serious back injury. We get the build for the main event, and we get a little bit of build before my time is played. Triple H is out. He's left his elbow pads in the back. Well, he's on the plane, probably, because he's not wearing any elbow pads, which is weird. The Undertaker is out to his cool Ministry of Darkness music with Paul Bearer. God, he made the plane. The biggest pop of the night by a mile, and quite rightly so, is Mr. Steve Austin. Triple H jumps in to start, and now I have to tell you, there's a lot of brawling from here on out. Big brawl starts. Taker hits.
As was the start of the time.
Yeah. Taker hits Austin with his belt. He's got no elbow pads either. What was it with elbow pads in the UK? Did they not have them?
To be honest, elbow pads fine. Knee pads.
Yeah.
Then you look naked.
That is true, actually, because then you just look like you're wrestling in your pants.
Yeah.
Austin rallies, but he's laid out by the dead man. Taker goes to find some cable and chokes down Austin. We start to head to the ring slightly as Taker and Triple H show a little bit of teamwork, but it does cost them as Triple H clocks Taker. Triple H tosses Austin into the ring and eats a Luther's press. Taker clocks Austin with a stiff right hand. Paul Bearer now starts pulling some amazing faces on the outside as Austin is cornered. Taker lays in an elbow to the throat on the apron. Austin spills into the crowd. It's so pre-millennium, this crowd, because every one of them, instead of them having their phones, has a little Polaroid camera. Yeah, they all have a little camera.
Stay there.
Austin suplexes Triple H outside, but gets a double team as the big rights continue from both heels. Austin comes out the corner and he's with clotheslines and right hands. Taker clocks Austin though. Danger Earl stops the chair shot by diving off the apron. He loves that. I'm not sure why he does it though. Fucking no DQ.
You don't do that.
Austin uses the chair on both men. Taker hits a big right hook as Austin wraps the leg of Triple H around the ring post. Finally, a little build as the dissension starts to happen. Triple H wants Taker out the way, so he gets choked by Taker. Austin deals with Taker, then drags Hunter into the post. He has a little slip on the outside, which is always nice to see. Taker does a leg lace hold, which is that hold that took out Mankind earlier.
Yeah.
But Triple H blocks it, and this is where China and Bearer start to argue. Bearer wants to fight her and does all the
Karate Bear.
Karate Bearer.
That was brilliant.
Karate Wow.
Yeah. Taker slams Triple H's head on the steps. I mean, this is all stupid, isn't it? Because they've only been together like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Why hope we got to dissension already?
Stupid.
Yeah, a bit more brawling on the outside. Triple H is sent over the guardrail. Slow work as Taker takes an age to chokeslam Austin. Austin and Triple H now join up, which is just strange. To elbow Taker. That lasts a second before breaking down. Taker teases a tombstone, which is blocked. Austin counters a pedigree into a slingshot. Taker hits a chokeslam on Triple H. Austin stops the pin. Stunner to Taker. Triple H blocks the pin. Stunner to Triple H. Everyone's out. Kane, X-Pac, the Brood are out. Gangrel saves Austin.
I saw that.
Yeah.
When he started beating up Triple H, I thought that's the highlight of your career.
I think the house bears me up.
Taker's been dragged up the aisle for some reason. Austin and Triple H are in the ring. Triple H hits a high knee to Austin. China's in. She does some acrobatics.
And fucking flip.
Yeah,
It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
That was.
She hits a stunner though anyway. So does Triple H. Austin retains. Shane hightails it, but X-Pac is back, which is amazing. He throws Shane to Austin, who lays in a stunner. There's a Bronco Buster on Shane. Triple H and then finally China get Bronco Busted as well. Probably the peak of X-Pac's career is that he gets to drink with Earl and Austin after.
It's number 2, let's be honest.
Definitely when Rock's
on this card, I was going to say there's probably the proper number 2
number 3 though, I mean,
yeah. A few more
It probably is number 3.
Yeah, a few more stunners, beers all round, celebrate, house show, everyone goes home.
There's a lot of fucking stunners, I mean, it goes on for a while.
Yeah, but send the crowd home happy.
To send the crowd home stodged after that main event, Jack.
Oh, I tell ya, it's long. A lot of fucking brawling. I hate the triple threat.
It's 36 minutes. And the time, 30, well, it's 20 odd in the ring, but in terms of the whole thing, the entrance and the aftermath, it's 36 minutes, and it's a 2 hour, 6 minute card. It's nearly a quarter of the whole thing that we watched is just this.
Yeah, it feels like.
And it feels like it,
like more. I mean, Taker feels unnecessary in this match because it just creates this saft. We've got to create the dissension.
Yeah, you don't
need it.
Yeah.
It just. You're mad in like the jeopardy of it's 2-on-1, 2 against 1 for the title, but they both want the belt. But it just creates this saftness that you've got to find a way out, and the only way that they do the way out is we'll just fight each other.
Yeah.
But then Triple H randomly helps with Austin. I mean, all the afterbirth's fine. I don't mind all that because it's basically an out show, and it's an out show ending. But the fucking match itself is so long and stodgy and
Taker looks fucked as well at this point.
Well, we said this in the...
Everyone needs a break.
Yeah, they all need a break.
The year of
everyone needed a break.
During the higher power thing, he properly was fucked. He needed to piss off.
So we'll give him the belt.
In a week's time, you'll be our champ. Touring champion of Taker. You'll fight the lot.
Sam? It was unnecessary, it was overbooked, it was an attitude era house show match, but it was filmed. it was just. It was the style of the time.
I think they.
I'll just watch it and I just went, you know what? You can watch this on Raw. You can probably watch this on Fully Loaded. You can probably watch this. You
could watch this. You could watch this in a highlight package on Mania with Todd Pettingill.
Yeah, it's just basically. It was the start of the time. We've booked this match. Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Poor Taker. I felt so sorry for him. But
he looked
Paul Bearer tried to karate with China.
I'll tell you one thing.
That made it.
I'm so glad Paul Bearer made that flight.
Yeah, because like, I'm gonna karate kick.
This is okay as a way of sort of teasing the breakup of the corporate ministry after 6 months of the storyline. They've done it for 2 weeks at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid.
And we ain't got to the IOP yet.
No, but we get there and it's shit as well. Overall thoughts.
That's on my birthday.
Overall thoughts, Jeff.
I mean, it ain't very good, really, when you look through it all. There ain't a lot of good things happen. So it's pretty poor. I would give it like a 3 or 4 out of 10.
I'd agree with that.
I would probably give it a 4. It's basically it's a UK pay-per-view. It's a house. It's like the Super Show down in Australia. It's like the Saudi Arabia shows. It's just a house show.
They get a lot better than this.
Well, they can, and sometimes they have like title changes and stuff. And okay, I know we added the one night stand, but one night only. Sorry. But the biggest thing that I've put is that it's peak UK pay-per-view is that it's very, very slightly canon, but mostly ignored.
Yeah.
And the thread, if I'm honest,
the UK show.
We don't watch a lot of it, but every time I watch it, I tend to come away thinking it's one of the worst eras in wrestling, the Attitude Era, because it's either got over-bloated characters and no real in-ring development, or pretty good in-ring work, but then the characters aren't quite fleshed out enough to hang with the big... You know what I mean? And it's even more evident in the next pay-per-view where you've got a tag team match which is the best match on the card, but none of the characters are really fleshed out enough. And then it'll be followed by Mideon versus Godfather or something. It's like fucking... You know what I mean? Some of the wrestlers don't have to do... Yeah, but some of the wrestlers don't have to do a fucking lot.
No.
In this, and they don't. Let's face it.
Oh, that's why I always say the Ruthless Aggression era is so much better than the Attitude era.
Well, they had Snitsky.
Depends what you want in your wrestling.
Yeah. We want more Snitsky. Match of the night, I think. I reckon.
You will.
Yeah.
It's Xbox Shane for the European. Shane McMahon, best in the world. So don't say it.
I'm going for Blackman Droz.
You are a fucking saint.
I love that. Shane versus Xbox for me. Where's my?
I can't pick the one that he said the best.
Well, I had wrote Droz versus Blackman.
I'm going to go Billy v Mankind.
I think I'm going to change my vote for Billy v Mankind as well on reflection. So
I'll probably go for that because that was just unnecessary.
Yeah. MVP?
X-Pac?
Definitely X-Pac. He's the one. If you just watch this show and actually took out all the fact that it don't matter, the one person you would come away with thinking he's better than he was going in was X-Pac for me.
I'm going to go with Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Because at least there was for once in a UK pay-per-view there was a story throughout.
I think Shane McMahon is more over as a heel than the two in the main event.
At least it was just like these some matches. At least he come out and said, we've got all this, and there was a story throughout it.
Completely right, yeah.
They're really fucking by putting his dad in it.
LVP.
I'm going to go with Taker.
I think that's a fair one.
Yeah, I'm
either one of them. Really.
I'm going to go with Tiger Ali Singh because again, it just to me, one.
Will you fuck
if you expose him to the
what a statement!
Will you fuck up? For me, you just expose him to the point where you recognise he's not very good, and he
put him in the UK.
Yeah,
here's an Indian man. Give him a flag and that'll piss him off.
Exactly.
Who cares?
What a cheap style of heat that is. Like, the UK obviously have a problem with immigration and so many Indians, and that causes a lot of problems for them.
Look,
show them an Indian flag, they'll be enraged.
You could do it at the time with a Scotsman, with an Irishman, with a Welshman.
We hate everyone.
Even with somebody who says, I'm from Liverpool, the Manchester man.
Well,
boom!
Man United won the league. It was in that town, and most of the people booed.
Because them City fans that was waiting for their League 1 playoff final against Gillingham.
Was that day? That season?
Well, it was that season, yeah. That was
That's fucking brilliant, isn't it, that?
third tier for the first and only time.
That's a weird way to end that podcast, but we now attempt to make No Mercy UK better by rebooking. I think we can reasonably say, unless someone was injured, there's no reason as to why they can't make the plane if we're booking it.
One that I've used who was over the other problem. It's not 8-ball.
Is it not? Is it Skull? Well, he weren't, was he? I don't know. It's Skull, wasn't it?
Skull War. Anyway.
I've used 4.
But, I mean, realistically, I think you could use, as long as they're not notably injured anyway, I think we're fine. I've just done a card, really. There's nothing of massive note for me. Is there anything?
Same. Yeah, same here.
Well, I'll open with you then, Sam, for your rebooking of No Mercy.
Hang on, I'm trying to count how many matches I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't really, mate.
6. I've done 6 cards.
6 cards?
6 cards. 6 matches.
Take your pick.
6 matches. Right, the first match, because for some reason he's always here.
Yeah.
Tiger Ali Singh v Steve Blackman.
Okay.
Blackman's winning.
You've just booked that, so you know, because you know he's going to get killed.
Yeah. Anyway, next match. Jacqueline v Ivory, because it's the Attitude Era. You want a women's match. Then the two and the only 2 good ones that you got at the time.
Yeah.
So we got them. Next one. Mankind v Bossman. That was the one thing I thought when the corporate ministry come out. The first thing I thought was, where's Bossman?
Who was he sort of feuding with at this point, Mankind? Because he'd moved away from.
Well, no, hang on. That's the next show.
Was he Big Show? Is he still sort of hanging around with Big Show?
Well, he was in the Union.
I don't think he was doing it.
Well, on one of the Raws, he comes out as Cactus Jack, don't he?
Does it?
Yeah.
Because Sean does the whole thing in. I don't know. It's all
just
shite.
exists.
Yeah, it's all shite. Anyway, Mankind v Bossman. Let's have Bossman win. Why not? Next match, tag match: Show and Shamrock v Mideon and Viscera. You got to have a tag match.
I'll tell you that. Now.
Look, Union. We're over here. Basically, I would say, let's not have a show in America.
Yeah, I agree.
And that says a lot for who I've left out, but at the same time, if you're going to have one, let's leave it. Anyway, tag title match. X-Pac and Kane be the Acolytes.
Yeah.
Because, it's one of your 3 main titles.
Just have the belts on.
I mean, the European title, surely you don't give a shit about it. And I am not booking champion, man.
Right.
But anyway, main event, WF title, just have Austin v Taker.
The only problem I would say with that is maybe if you are going to try and keep it as canon, they are about to fight again for the title.
Look,
but I don't think it matters. I don't think anyone would care.
Who cares? It's a UK show. I mean, in 2001, they had Rock v Austin on one of the.
No, I'd agree. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't disagree with that.
And I was thinking, if you've got to have a show in US, why not have the main event be Rock v Triple H? At least you've got a big main event over there.
But you've taken out most of the mid cards, so the mid cards are going to be Skull versus Abel. You think you're special?
I'd book that off.
Yeah, what a man.
But obviously Austin's got to go over. You could have obviously in stun him all
I'll
the time.
tell you,
Just
my main event is better than yours because my main event is probably the best rebooking I've ever done. It's the right main event.
You wait for
and I've made it really important, my booking. So, my match 1 is Edge and Christian versus Jeff and Owen. And I would have.
Was I a team at that point? Edge and Christian.
Oh, there was one.
So, yeah,
I watched them.
Yeah, there were.
I thought it was split from the Brood. I thought that's what you...
No, Edge and Christian versus Jeff. Just to make this feel less of a sort of irrelevant thing, the European title has been determined to have to be defended in the main event because it's our belt, isn't it? So Shane, knowing that he has to defend it, is going to make sure that anyone who could potentially be a contender is taken out. That's the thread. So after the Brood are beaten down, Billy Gunn versus Road Dogg cements Billy as a heel.
You better not have Bulldog come out.
Well, he's injured. I could have Bulldog. I would have had Bulldog. I'm telling you, I would have fucking had Bulldog if I
still technically WCW.
If I could have justified rolling that bastard down in a hospital bed, I would have had Bulldog.
Is it big? No, Big Daddy did at this point.
I don't think of that. That would have been even better. Big Daddy did.
You carry on, I'll find out.
Mankind versus Mideon. Mankind wins, but obviously he's taken out after.
Sounds weird, though.
Yeah, Mankind wins. Godfather versus Goldust is an IC title match and a bit of a break-up match. Godfather retains. Unfortunately, that is the state of the Intercontinental title.
Well, that was the match, so what happened?
X-Pac versus Kane. X-Pac and Kane versus the Acolytes.
Yeah.
They retain, but are taken out after it. The semi-main event is Triple H, Bossman and Undertaker versus Stone Cold and his team partners
Pat and Gerald.
Just to screw Austin over. And I think you could possibly, because they don't do this isn't the last blood, is it? The first blood, sorry.
No, that's fully low.
But I think I would build the fact that Taker gets an advantage leading into what is the next pay-per-view. So I would have Austin really beaten up. Which means Shane comes out, there's no one else for him to contend with tonight. He's took out the entire roster. Vince McMahon's music hits.
Oh my God!
Vince McMahon versus Shane McMahon for the European title. And I would have Vince McMahon, because of Stone Cold Steve Austin, win the European title.
I would enjoy that.
Come on! What? And you heard the crowd when they interviewed him. They all wanted Vince. So the way I see it, Vince goes over on the turnbuckle with the European title. Everyone forget about what happened to Davey Boy 2 years before. Vince has put it right.
Well, Vince's European champion.
I want to see that.
I want to see that.
That would have probably happened on SmackDown too, anyway, wouldn't it?
Probably did.
Right then. So, mine, 7 matches. It's all Ministry versus WWF. Okay. Ministry, well, a bit corporate Ministry. So they'll come out, cut the promo. Shane is going to fight for the tag titles with a partner of his choosing from the Ministry of corporate ministry.
Ministry of
Corporation against Mideon. It's going to be his choosing. But the European title, Vince made this before they flew over, that it has to be defended.
Yeah.
So he is going to defend it against X-Pac. X-Pac in the first match. And here comes X-Pac with a stick if he wants it. Stick pack comes out. X-Stick. And Shane retains the European title in the first match. The second match is Mideon versus Gangrel.
Fuck me.
Yes.
Welcome to Attitude Era.
Attitude. And Mideon is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Giving him a win.
He probably does need it.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You know, Mideon needs it more than Gangrel. I need it more than you. Match 3, Viscera v Kane. Big bastard.
Yeah.
Kane.
Does he slam him?
They're going to be a lot. Kane's going to win.
Yeah.
Give him a pin. I know it's Viscera, but come on.
Match
4, the Acolytes versus the Brood, Edge and Christian. I would have the Acolytes win. Match number 5 is The Undertaker versus Mankind.
Yeah. I did think about booking that match.
And I would probably have The Undertaker win because he's going into a title match. I'll explain the main event later. Match 6 is the tag title match. So it's X-Pac and Game v Shane and Bossman.
So Shane and Bossman for the tag. What a match! X-Pac and Kane retain over Bossman. Shane A taking the pin. The main event is.
Hang on, so Kane fights double duty?
Yeah, and X-Pac and Shane.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's weird that the corporate ministry, the corporate part was just Shane, Bossman, Triple H, and China.
Yeah, he was China.
I was going to have China in the match with Taker.
And then the main event is Stone Cold versus Triple H for the WWF title. This is because they want Triple H to win the belt here, so then over the edge would be all corporate ministry of Triple H be Taker. Taker's getting his shot.
Yeah.
So Triple H is going to get his tonight. Then he's going to lose, and Austin's going to win, and then he's going to do all the stunners, and X-Pac can come out because he's over. And that's it.
Yeah. We'll go home.
We'll go home wishing Vince was European champ.
Everyone goes home and thinks, why weren't Ben booking this show? What if you feel that you could have rebooked this? No mercy and done it better? Let us know now on our website, which is bettercallcreative.com, our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/BCCpod, or our Twitter, which is @BCCpod. We round out the episode, as we always do, with a fantasy card. And as this was in jolly old England during the Attitude Era, it got me a thinking. What if the wholesome 1970s UK wrestling was booked by Vince Russo in the middle of the Attitude Era? What would a card look like? Would Maggie Thatcher like it? Would the Queen watch at 3 o'clock on a Saturday?
I will say this, I didn't go for just 70s British wrestling, I just went British wrestling.
I think that's fair, okay. British wrestling
that's what
in
you
general.
said, so you ain't changing it.
No, that's fine. I was going to use the Bulldogs and I was going to use Regal.
I didn't use them, but anyway.
And Barrett and stuff.
I forgot what I put here.
Jack's completely forgot what he's put, so I was going to open with you, Jack. Do you need a moment to regroup?
Shall I go first?
No, I'll just start with a different match first.
Okay.
I'll just steal one of your things to put on this match. I forgot what I was putting. Match 1 can be Klondike Kate versus Tracy Walter.
Yeah.
In a Bovril Bowl match instead of Gravy Bowl.
Okay, fair enough.
That's brilliant,
so
that's
Attitude Era.
Bovril?
Because it's the women in a substance, but it's Bovril.
I'm going to say it's Bovril more of a Midlands thing, is it?
Don't know.
Well, it's England,
that's true, but I think it is.
Bovril Case. Klondike Kate is obviously going to win.
Well, I've done a derivative of that match, but my competitors are slightly different. So I've done Catweasel versus Wayne Bridges, but in a roll-up fag match. So basically,
you can roll the fag up first.
It's a cigarette, by the way.
It's a cigarette with you.
Yeah, I'm going to say we might get around.
And as Catweasel looks like he smokes 40 a day, I'm going to definitely put over Catweasel.
Sleeps in his shit. My first match, because you did say skits.
Yeah, skits is fine.
I've got 2 skits.
That's later.
I've got 2 skits.
First match is Kendo Nagasaki v Les Kelly.
Yeah.
In a kendo stick on a pole match.
Yeah.
Because it's Attitude Era, there's got to be a pole somewhere.
There's got to be a pole somewhere, yeah.
There you go.
The second segment, Giant A Stacks has a shit.
Is it like Val? Does Val come out again?
Les Kelly can offer him his book. Thinking it's Mark Roll Rocker.
We might be able to develop that in episode 99.
Not Duggan. As janitor, it's obviously not him. He clearly had his shit day.
Which we will be back for to explain in a later podcast. My match 2, instead of a bra and panties match, is a top hat and tails match between Mick McManus and Jackie Pallow. The proper British wrestlers.
Yeah.
And as Mick McManus is the heel one, I'm going to go with Jackie Pallow as the winner.
My next one, it's not really a skit, but it's more of a change. The artist formerly known as Adrian Street. It's basically just Goldust, just put Adrian Street in it and just have him do all the shit that Goldust did.
I'll develop that in a minute.
Okay.
Johnny Saint v Fit Finlay.
Nice.
This is the one where I don't have anything. I've just thought the woman that Fit Finlay was with, I forgot her name. What are you laughing at?
Don't say the shit that I'm about
I
to
just have a
say.
miscarriage.
Oh, God!
Oh,
dear.
They have to tune it out.
It did.
And it turns out Finley war beating her up.
Finley is fucking.
But he won the match.
Cleary, Jazz.
But he won the match.
Well, I've gone Tafka, Adrian Street. But he does rather questionable things for his new ballet, which is Vera from Coronation Street.
Right, my next one. Right, my next one.
He comes out and gives him a right up.
My next one is just a match, and you'll understand why. It's Mick McManus, big Tiger Ali sink.
Oh, I got it with
Basically,
it. Tiger out and get stretched.
Mick McManus is winning, but for some reason, Tiger Ali sink has to have a match.
Yeah.
There you go.
He wouldn't like the foreigners, would he, anyway, Mick McManus?
Not with his painted black hair.
Yeah.
Number 4 is a match. Cat Weasel versus Mick McManus. Mick McManus is going to win with a Boston Crab in cat poop. Cat and Weasel poop.
Oh, yeah.
Cat Weasel. But Cat Weasel's actually going to enjoy it.
My next match is Les Kelly, who is now a pimp. Pimping ain't easy, Les Kelly.
Oh, that's funny up.
But versus Johnny Saint, who's gone all gothic like the Undertaker, and he's set up the Ministry of Politeness.
Ministry of Defence.
Because he's very. Even though he's got a bit gothic, he's still polite. But of course, pimping ain't easy. Les Kelly wins.
Yes, Pimp Les.
My next one is the Rockstar Spud.
Yeah.
It's basically Crash Ollie.
Yeah.
All the hardcore stuff. I did put 24/7 stuff. It's basically the hardcore stuff. Just the same thing.
I think you probably could do that.
Yeah, you could.
Next bit is a skit that's kind of happened, but I've elaborated. Ken Nagasaki is going to hypnotise Robbie Brookside, but he's going to run over Regal. Not just hypnotise him to win a match.
Because he actually did that day too in a match.
Yeah. My next one is using Ken Nagasaki in a very Attitude Era skit where, because he's got a what's it called, machete, yeah. Choppy your pee-pee and Big Daddy, but thankfully the belly ensures.
Because he's got.
There's going to be no choppy.
Chop his belly off.
I've got some belly drip.
He comes out with some belly drip.
What a skit.
What a feud. You chop my belly off.
You're no longer Big Daddy.
Good luck.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's my skit.
He's medium daddy.
Oh dear.
Right, my next one is a love triangle with Cat Weasel and the Blossom Twins.
The Blossom Twins. That's a bit random.
That is right, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
TNA.
I had to ask Jack. I wrote them down. I thought I'd better ask Jack for this.
You are correct. Main event.
And I thought, you just can't be Cat Weasel. Just look at him. He's a tramp.
Big Daddy v Les Kellett, and the Giant Haystacks is going to come down with an orange sort of shirt on underneath a black shirt and help Big Daddy win with a chair and shake hands with Big Daddy at the end, like Vincent Austin. Big Daddy is now comedy Big Daddy with Giant Haystacks.
Sold himself to the devil.
Oh. He's now Bad Daddy.
Bad Daddy.
No, I thought you was going to have Big Daddy forms the NWO.
NWO.
Yeah.
Stepdaddy.
Well, obviously.
Is he stepdaddy?
Stepdaddy.
My main event is Giant Haystacks versus his long lost burnt brother, Singed Haystacks.
Singed Haystacks.
Yes, really singed it. You know, if he got a bit burnt. He's I don't know who's playing his Singed.
Big Daddy.
Overcooked.
And it's the story arc that
is he going to win? Singed Haystacks.
No, I put Giant Haystacks over like taking.
Create the character and he lost.
Well, he's like Kane, and he's seen Stage Texas got a career in front of him.
Okay. Right. My main event.
I couldn't think of anything more creative than Sting.
It's Big Daddy v. Giant Haystacks in a Hell in the Cell, and they have to go on the roof.
Oh, right now they reinforce the fucking.
Jesus Christ!
No, they haven't got to get up about the forklift. I'll believe that to you. I just put Big Daddy v. Giant Haystacks Hell in the Cell.
Oh,
that's it.
Beautiful.
So make your own mind up.
Is he falling off it?
Oh, God, anyway, someone's going off that thing.
He would go through the fault line. Hogan's promo.
Yeah. Donald Trump would be holding on to Trump Plaza then.
Britain's fucked.
Ain't it
That's
just?
the end of that.
Ain't it just? But if you feel that we missed a trick and there was another way to drag UK wrestling into the Attitude Era, let us know now on our website, which is bettercallcreative.com, our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/BCCpod, or our Twitter, which is @BCCpod. 98 down, 99 to come, and our next one is the same as it ever was. It's No Mercy 1999, but with an American twist. As
Did they give a shit in the US than they did in the UK?
as
I've got a feeling, yes.
we go forward, is it about 6 months, 3 months, 4 months?
17th of October.
So it's 5 months.
5 months.
Literally nearly 5 months to the day to review that, and then we will hit that decade. We will hold a bat aloft as we go 100 episodes, and we point it to the mecca of bad wrestling pay-per-views as we review Heroes of Wrestling. Are you looking forward to Fat Old Men and Greg Valentine?
Yes. Can't wait.
It's going to be
It's
fun.
nothing different, really.
We watch this all the time. But yes, we will be back then. And as we round the 100th episode, we'll be doing a annual review of King of the Ring. And oh my God, it is the 1994 King of the Ring.
God.
How much does that go away? We will find out indeed. Before Sam gets the power, he'll be doing his time machine. He'll be dusting off the time machine.
Yeah.
To check out 6 matches across the decades with Sam. And then we'll be starting a new arc, which is the Invasion arc. Are you looking forward to rewatching what you've recently watched and having to rebook it?
Well, they're re-looking. Yeah, I am. Yeah. I like wrestling.
I bet you've already in your head.
I've already watched a few of it, and Lex Luger may appear.
Oh, I love that. The fact that we're coming at it with one signing that you can make that, is anyone. And you've already committed. Well, fucking Luger is one. I'm happy Luger. You could have Sting, Hogan, Nash, Hall, Bischoff. Fucking Luger.
Well, it's 2001 Luger.
Oh, that's yeah. God, that'll be.
Look at it.
I can't wait to find out who you're programming him with. Are you really blowing off the Tatanka Luger feud? Bringing into Tatanka? But
No, you used Tatanka.
But you'll have to join us in the future, in about a month and a half's time, to find out why Sam is booking Luger.
I didn't say I'm booking him in July. He might come in the end of November.
Survivor Series, the saviour of WCW.
You might be on Team WWE.
That's true.
He's the one that throws his jacket and puts his arms up.
Oh,
Not Vince Luger.
But there you have it, folks. That leaves me to say from Jack Chan,
Goodbye.
and from Sam Chan.
Goodbye.
I couldn't remember what I called you. Goodbye.
So much Tiger Ali sing.